The Shadowland Arena was a pit of darkness ringed by towering walls of obsidian. Ancient stones, polished smooth by time and etched with runes of power, drank in the eerie blue light cast by the torches. They stood like silent sentinels, guarding the secrets of countless battles fought and won beneath the watchful gaze of the full moon. Tonight, the air crackled with anticipation. Another battle loomed, another destiny would be decided. The arena floor was packed with sand, dark and coarse, stained with the memories of past struggles. Above, the full moon hung like a silver coin tossed into a well of endless night, casting long dancing shadows across the arena. The stage was set, the players were ready. The energy in the air was palpable, a tangible thing that sent shivers down the spines of all who witnessed it. This was the Shadowland Arena, where legends were made and broken. The stands were a riot of colour and sound, packed with a multitude of beings. Humans with their faces painted in the colours of their respective champions rubbed shoulders with the stoic grey-skinned Drakari. Winged Sylvani perched on the highest tiers, their iridescent feathers catching the torchlight. All eyes were fixed on the two figures standing at the centre of the arena, illuminated by the ghostly glow of the moon. Whispers and murmurs snaked through the crowd, a sibilant chorus punctuated by the occasional roar of excitement. Anticipation hung heavy in the air, thick enough to choke on. The fate of nations rested on the outcome of this fight. Everyone knew it. They had gathered from all corners of the realms to witness it. From the poorest peasant to the wealthiest merchant, all eyes were glued to the spectacle unfolding below. This was more than just entertainment. This was ritual. This was history in the making. The silence before the storm was shattered as the announcer, his voice amplified by ancient magic, boomed out the names of the two combatants. On one side stood Maya Evergreen, champion of the Lunar Guardians. Her silver armour gleamed under the moonlight, her dark hair pulled back in a warrior's braid. She was a vision of lethal grace, her hand resting lightly on the pommel of her sword, her emerald eyes burning with a cold fire. Opposite her stood Ronan Vera, champion of the moon shadows. He was a hulking figure clad in midnight black armour, his face concealed by a fearsome horned helm. He carried a massive war axe, its head etched with runes of power that seemed to hum with a malevolent energy. The crowd erupted as their names were announced, cheers and jeers mingling in a cacophony of sound. The tension was palpable, a living thing that crackled in the air between the two warriors. They were more than just fighters, they were symbols. They were the embodiment of the hopes and fears of their people. Section 4. The Ancient Pact. The rules of the combat were simple, ancient and absolute. This was no mere duel to the death, this was a trial by combat, a sacred ritual with the power to shape the destiny of nations. The victor, chosen by the will of the moon, would determine the political policies of both realms for the next decade. The loser would accept the consequences, their people bound by the outcome. There would be no magic, no potions, no enchanted weapons, only steel, skill, and the unwavering will to win. The first to draw blood would be declared the victor, but death was a constant companion in the arena. Many a champion had fallen on these sands, their lifeblood staining the obsidian black. Tonight only one would walk away. The weight of responsibility lay heavy on the shoulders of both Maya and Ronan. They were not just fighting for themselves, they were fighting for the future of their people. And in the Shadowland Arena, there was no room for fear, no room for doubt. There was only the fight. Section 5. Dance of Blades and Shadows. The clash of steel echoed through the arena as Maya and Ronan finally met in a flurry of motion. Sparks showered the sand as Maya's blade met Ronan's axe, the force of the impact jarring her teeth. She moved with the fluidity of a shadow, her silver armour a blur as she darted around her opponent, seeking an opening. Ronan was a mountain of muscle and fury, his axe whistling through the air with bone-crushing force. He fought with the raw power of a cornered beast, his blows aimed to crush and destroy. But Maya was too quick, too agile. She danced around his attacks, her blade a silver serpent striking from the darkness. Each parry, each thrust, each swing of their weapons was a testament to their skill, their years of training honed to a razor's edge. The crowd roared with every clash, every near miss, every display of strength and agility. The air grew thick with the smell of sweat and ozone as the battle raged on. Neither combatant gave an inch. They were evenly matched, two forces of nature locked in a deadly embrace.